Broadcasting live from the Brent Morrison Bomb Shelter and Missile Silos in the heart of beautiful downtown Pekin. It's Tuesday Modern! Hello everyone, I'm Evil Bob, your resident head in a box, and we have a good one for you tonight. We're starting off strong with Master Snell versus Danzy. Danzy. And Danzy is playing... Oh, it's the Return of the Rhinos. Return of the Rhinos. And Snell is on Bird. Because that's what Snell do. He's already at 17 live. I don't have my chats up. I need to get my chat set up. I'm sorry. Intentionally mismatched ops on Snell's side. There we go. Let's do live chat. And on Yule or on Twitch. There's the popped out chat room. One of these days, if I'm ever like fully uploaded, ready to rock and or roll, I'm gonna surprise even myself. Alright. Snell's digging really deep. He's pulled got one birdie. Swings in for 3, and Danzy is also at 17. Get it done. So I hope everybody had a good weekend. We're here. And Souls... Lingering Souls. Did you have to let him linger? Gets 2 spirits that he can flash it back next turn and get some. And what? Did Danzy cast Lingering Souls on Snell's turn? Crack a fetch. Now I'm really confused. It looks like he cast Lingering Souls on Snell's turn, and I don't know. And we have Bob. Dark Confidant. Flashing back on Lingering Souls to get those 2 more spirits. There's a lot of stuff in Snell's graveyard. Danzy. Let's see here. What's Snell gonna do now? He needs more birdies to get through. Manamorphose ticking down. That's just gonna get rid of those spirits. So Snell casts Manamorphose and gets dub reds. Let's see here. And what's he going to do with it? He's going to cast Opt off a land. 1 more spell. Does he draw something good? Is it worth it? He's going to draw that off as Opt. Every time I see you can't help but laugh at you. Well, thank you. That is my shtick. Thank you, Snot Flicker. Makes me happy to know that I bring some level of joy to someone's life. Thing in the Pants doth flick. Now he becomes the woke horror. And my background card, since it got brought up already, is Reckless Racer. Get out of his way. Look at that Reckless Racer. He's so reckless. He's racing so hard. Woke Horror and the Birdies go swinging in. Danzy down to a massive 6 life. Not much left in him. Tarmogoyf is coming down. Makes mention of why Snow has such a large graveyard. So, Goyf is a 3-4. 4-5. Yeah. Yeah, 3-4. 3-4 Goyf. Instant sorcery lands. No creatures, enchantments, artifacts, or planeswalkers yet. Oh, it is a 4-5 thing. The ice is a creature, so Lava Axing 4-5 does kill the Goyf, and then we are Assassin's Trophying, and then gets countered. Dancy takes lethal. Snell grabs game number 1 here on Tuesday night. Nitro. Tuesday Nitro. Still stealing it. So, like I said, we got a lot of good people here tonight. We've got the usual fare: Danzy, Snow, Aaron, Jarvis, Mylene, but we also have, well, and Damien, of course, Damien. But we have Dakota, who is here. He's playing Grix's Planeswalkers, and I can't wait to see that. I told him he's definitely up on game number 2, or round number 2, because I kind of want to see that played. Jarvis is here with Podfire. It is funny how they gave us Vannifar, and then in the very next set, they made Vannifar obsolete by giving us Neoform. Not sure what Wizards is ever thinking, but it's still pod. And in fact, it's an even better pod because it's instant cast and it's 2-mana activate, and they come into play bigger. So so you get to jump a pod activation by it's just you got some splaining. And then we've got Sing Kyle. Sing Kyle's in the house and he's playing Derp. Derp Shadow. Somebody's got to play it, I guess, so it's going to be him. Mylene is also playing tonight. She's on Sisters. And that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on hand. 4, 5, 6, 7. Who don't I have here? Danzy. Danzy is on the Rhinos. Alright. Okay. So Snell is up 1-0 over Danzy in the first round here. Let's see if Danzy can fire back and at least get one win to take us into a game 3 at the very least. Can't help but hope that the Rhinos pull it out, because 2019 is still absolutely the year of the Rhino. I just hope everybody else realizes it as well. I guess everybody's life total can return back to 20, as it is like to do. This time I'm gonna make sure and find out why those Lingering Souls came down when they did, because it really sounded like Danzy cast them as an instant, and I know that's not right because he knows how to play the game. Bum bum. Okay. Danzy gets to play first this turn, and Snow mulligans down to 6 and keeps it. Gonna keep the bird on top. So Probably gonna get rid of that thing in the eyes, or maybe uh, uh, the faithless looting. Faithless looting. Nope. He goes for the semen visions. Gets rid of that. Faithless looting is going to let him throw that bird that was on top of his deck into his graveyard. So, and there's Bob one more time. Bob on board. Snell cracks a fetch. Not gonna shock. Stays at 19. Gets a steam vent for his troubles. Snell has one known card, or 4 known cards in hand, 2 unknown cards in his hand to Danzy, one of them being a Phoenix. Tapping 2, going to Manamorphose to get probably red, blue-red. So, sounds like he went red into red. And flashing back the Faithless, or casting the Faithless looting now. It's going to draw 2 and then discard at least 1 birdie, if not a second birdie. And that is the 3rd spell this turn. So he's going to get that bird back. Bolton Bob, bird swings in for 3. Danzy down to 17 with no creature on the board to show for it. Danzy plays a Hissing Quagmire down. That's a man land that comes into play tapped. It becomes a 2/2 black creature with Death Touch, black and green. Bird goes attacking and gets ass trophied for his troubles. The Assassin's Trophy, of course, is an instant speed black-green, destroy target permanent opponent controls. May search the library for a basic, put it onto the battlefield, and shuffle their library afterwards. So it's arguably better than the what is the Abrupt Decay, but the Abrupt Decay can't be countered, and the Abrupt Decay also can only hit something that costs CMC 3 or less. Thing in the Eyes comes down, and there's Ashiok. Danzy gets an Ashiok trigger off. Ashiok the Dream Render comes in with 5, and it mills your opponent. Your opponent can't search their library based on their own stuff that they try to do. You can still allow them to search their library, but they can't activate or do anything that causes them to search for their own spells. And on top of that, she's a mill 4 cards and exile your graveyard at the end of that activation. So that's something to look forward to. Danzy gets a fetch, goes down to 16 to get himself a Temple Garden. He may also hold the Ashioks. Nah, he's probably just going to get rid of it because it is what it is. Take it down, mill 4. There goes a Pyromancer's Ascension, and along with a Faithless Looting, Siege Rhino! Siege Rhino comes down. Danzy gets the swing on. Oh, the rhinos. So many rhinos. Bam! Brrr. Now watch it, Snow. That rhino's coming for you. Oh, and then when you flip the thing in the eyes, it's just going to bounce the rhino, and it's going to be another 6-point life swing. Oh! And we're flipping the woke horror. Rhino goes back to the hand. Goodbye, rhino. Goodbye. And we have the Awoken Horror, the Woke Horror, if you will. Oh, excuse me. Snow's got 1 blue mana left after a Manamorphose, it looks like. Ashiok is dead now, I believe. Yeah, Bolt to kill Ashiok, and then... Alright, Woke Horror swings in, Danzy down to 12. Because he is a beast. And Danzy's going to shock himself down to 10. It's the return of the Rhino! Oh. Alright. And Snow gets to untap. Casts, I don't know. I don't know what that thing is. I'm sure it's just a digger. Swings in with the Woke Horror. Danzy goes to a paltry 6 damage. Snell presenting lethal next turn. Kind of... Oh, putting another Woke Horror on the field. Kind of surprised Danzy didn't... Oh, he didn't have the mana to activate the Hissing Quagmire, but Woke Horror does not trample, so he can get in with the Rhino for 4 damage. 5-4. Siege Rhino is a 4-5, so Danzy's going to crack a fetch to go down to 5 life. Gets a Swamp, making sure he has that Hissing Quagmire damage, and plays up a Goyf. Tarmogoyf is a 6-7. Land, instant, sorcery, planeswalker, creature. 6-7, yeah. No tribal, no artifact. Everything else, though, is in the graveyard. Manamorphose takes the takes the Thing in the Pants down to 3. And it looks like he stayed with red-blue, using blue. Gonna bounce and swing first. If he can cast 2 more spells, he'll be able to swing with lethal. And there's not a whole lot Danzy's going to be able to say about that because neither the Rhino nor the Tarmogoyf are horrors. Two more spells. What you got? There's a Thought Scour. And Thought Scour. Woke Horror pops it. Everything gets bounced. Snell swings for 14. Yeah. Unfortunately, Danzy couldn't get there in the end. And Snell's going to take this one in 2 games. Though we did get to see a couple Rhinos come down. Rhinos, unfortunately, just not enough to beat up Woke Horrors. Because Rhinos ain't woke, I guess. They're relevant, they're just not woke. So, goodbye, Rhino. I'm sorry. It's okay. So, like I said, next turn we're going to see Dakota playing Grixis Planeswalkers. I'm really excited to see that happen. But in the meantime, like I said, my background tonight is already the Reckless Racer. He's all... Going back the other way. He's all fast and he's racing and he's all reckless. The Reckless Racer is a 2/3 first striker for 3 mana out of Aether Revolt. Whenever Reckless Racer becomes tapped, you need to discard a card if you do draw a card. So it's a loot. It's It's a dirty loot kind of effect. So, red looter, was it sift? Is that sift? Because I know loot is draw then discard. I think that ability's sift. You have to discard and then draw. Anyway, I'm rambling right now. I gotta set up the Danzy. Danzy picks up his 11th loss on the win. Unfortunately, that's sad. I was happy to see the Rhinos come back, but Snell rockets back to 500. He is now 10-10 on the year. No draws for either of them. And as we move into waiting for the next round to happen, we can talk about something else. And what I would like to talk about, I believe, is let's get Ben out of the way. Bam. Okay. I want to talk to you about subscriptions. Now, over on the YouTube channel, we are currently sitting at we're sitting at 64 subscribers, and I thank you very much for being one of them. If you are not, why not? You get quality Magic the Gathering. It's modern, so you already know it's quality. You get fantastic people, fantastic time, and a semi-competent talker over good games of Magic. But 64 subscribers, and that means that we're only 36 subscribers away from depiction right there on your screen. Now that is Mr. Benjamin Seidel. Benjamin Ezekiel Seidel. And Mr. Benjamin Ezekiel Seidel has been so courteous as to donate his absolutely beautifully slappable face to the cause of getting subscriptions. And what's going to happen when we reach 100 subscribers? Well, that's when we slap Ben Seidel. It's going to happen. It's inevitable. It can't be avoided. It's going to happen. He wants it to happen. He has donated his face to this cause, and he wants it to happen because as soon as it happens, then he can stop worrying about it. But I can't do it until we get to 100 subscribers. So, if you are already a subscriber, thank you very much. Fantastic. I love you very much. If you are not a subscriber, go ahead and head over to The Zone 521 on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button, and then tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your parents, and tell your pets. Subscribe to The Zone 521 on YouTube, and together we can slap Ben Seidel. Let's see here. Snows. We're waiting for the next round. Looks like we got about 20 minutes maybe left in the round. I could also talk about the Uffie Preserve. Now this is a personal vanity project that's just near and dear to my heart. Because did you know that the Ice Age Brown Uffie is the most ridiculed and degraded and disenfranchised creature in Magic? It has all-powerful planeswalkers like Jaya Ballard calling for the burning, the kicking, the biting, the beating, and the killing of these lovable little creatures. And I couldn't idly sit by any longer and allow it to happen. So I got this little sweet parcel of land, and I created this beautiful Uffie Preserve for them to just have fun, sing songs, climb trees, play games, just enjoy each other's company. And they don't have to worry about their world being destroyed. They don't have to worry about their lands being melted. They don't have to worry about who's coming after them to kill them today. No, these Uffies are allowed to just be themselves and play games with each other and just live and exist. And that's just beautiful to me. But I can only rescue so many Oofies by myself that I'm asking anyone out there who is watching or views this to also help out the cause. And how can you help? Well, it's easy. You can go into your old collection. You know your shoebox, your dress drawer, the Kroger bag in the back of your closet. If you've got old commons, if you have any Ice Age cards at all, odds are you have at least one Oofy. But you can collect your Oofies that you would like to be saved and put them in an envelope, slap the address you see currently on your screen on the front of that envelope. That's Titan Games, care of the Oofy Preserve, 4450 North Prospect Road, Suite Charlie 6, Peoria Heights, Illinois, 61616. And every Oofy received will get a show off, a shout out, and my personal gratitude. You can also go to your local LGS, that's your local game store, and you can look through their comments. They may even just give you them because they're happy to get rid of them themselves. Not saying they will, but you can inquire about it. Tell them it's for the good cause and they're going to a good home. And do the same. Envelope, address, mail, easy peasy. Received, show off, praise. It's a wonderful cycle of life that is just I hope is just going to continue again and again and again. But again, I can only rescue so many Oofies. I need help doing it. So that's how you can help the Ice Age Brown Oofy Preserve. And let's see here. I haven't heard anything about the next round yet. So what I may do is take half a tick to check on the status of things and to see where we're at. Oh, that might be the last game. So, oh, did I hear that Dakota's Grixis Planeswalkers is a standard deck? Oh, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. I still want to see it because it still sounds fun and flavorful. But yeah. And it doesn't look like Dakota's been on the stream yet, though it feels like he has. Snow Damien. Alright. So it looks like Dakota is going to be on stream. Oh. And he might be playing Jarvis. I thought I heard him talking to Jarvis. Grumble. Alright. So, I'm going to pop off for half a sec. I'll be right back. Okay, that was the final, that was the final round that or match we're waiting on. Let's get that out the way. Let's set up who we got. We got Dakota on blue. Dakota playing Grixis, Planeswalkers, and Aaron is on Metalcraft. Okay. I'm very intrigued on how this one's going to go. Let's see here. Las Vegas, June. Ah. It's Gertrude. Alright. The box is locked, the lights are on. Let's get that out of here. That's back here. Red victory. Okay, so Aaron, I believe, won the die roll. We get a cut, and Aaron is currently 2-1 on the season, and Dakota, first time on Cam 2019. So I'm very excited for what this young up-and-comer is going to be bringing to the table. And Aaron is keeping his. Dakota is going to mulligan his hand back. Alright, Dakota draws 6 this time around. And decides to keep these. Gonna scry that to the top, and we are underway. Aaron plays Citadel into an Ornithopter into a Mox Opal. Mox Opal is online, gets to tap 4 mana, and there's 2 cranial plating immediately. Cranial plating, that's going to become equipped next turn onto that Ornithopter, and that Ornithopter is going to get a +4 without anything else. That's Blink Moth, Ink Moth Nexus. So, Aaron, you're gonna tap 2, play a Steel Overseer, 1 to equip up the Ornithopter, swinging in for 5. Alright, so 5 in the air. Dakota's taking 5. Yeah. That's 5 power. Dakota goes to 15. And is that a blast? I don't know what that is. Is that a blast area? Turn 2. Paying 2 life. And plays down a Vault Scourge. Vault Scourge is an artifact, so he gets so he's going to be a 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 power. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we paid that and 2 life. That's the blink moth. You don't have an ink moth. So it's just 2 more flying. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, or 11. Not that it's really going to matter, but that Vault Scourge is sick. But Aaron got there in affinity way possible. Yeah, Dakota's playing standard, and there's not a whole lot that can do for. Oh. Aaron and Dakota. So let's see what kind of sideboarding Dakota has to offer here. I'm not sure he's going to have a whole lot to do. Dakota is finding affinity very fast. It did what it's supposed to do. It got there very quickly, and Aaron, that was a very good pilot. Other than he played Vault Scourge and then attacked with it the same turn it came down, that's not much else. Alright, so game number 2, looks like we can reset Dakota's back up to 20. I didn't realize, apparently Aaron went up against Kyle and somehow lost to Death Shadow. I thought that was an amazing matchup for Affinity, but I guess not. Alright. Aaron has finished shuffling and he is presented to Dakota. Dakota is finished sideboarding and will begin the shuffling process. Would like to remind everybody that this weekend, this Friday, FNM at the Zone is Draft, doing War of the Spark, and this Saturday is Vintage 75 card Proxy. It's a good time to hang out and have fun, and do good things. All right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, let's see if Dakota can keep these 7. Wait, I thought he said Grix is Super Friends. Why does he have a blue-white land if it's Grix's? Aaron's turn to mulligan this time. Matt, have not. Alright. Aaron draws his 6. Dakota gets to go first this time, so... And Aaron's going to leave it on top. Dakota plays down a Dimir Guildgate, passes the turn. Aaron launches with Ink Moth Nexus this time. That is an Ink Moth. And paying 2 for a Vault Scourge. And puts a Welding Jar down. Yes, what do you... I don't think he knew what Welding Jar did, but it's not what he thought it was. Dakota's firing off with... what is that thought? You get to you get to remove a non-land card from your opponent's hand, and then surveil. So probably, oh yeah, you got to take the Ravager. You have to take the Ravager. Yep. There's a reason he's a big boy. And surveilling, Dakota decides to leave it on top. Aaron gets to untap and play Blink Moth Nexus. Doesn't have colored mana, so he can't drop the Master of Ethereum. But he can fire up that Ink Moth and swing in for 1 lifelink and 1 poison. And, oh, he's going to cast a Memnite, or a Signal Pest. And he's going to get in for 1. It's going to take Dakota to 19 and Aaron back up to 19 because it has a lifelink. Dakota draws for his turn, plays down another fast land. I don't think this is Grixis. He said it's Grixis. Augur of Bolas. What? Augur of Bolas, when it enters the battlefield, look at the top 3 of your library, reveal an instant or sorcery from among them, put it into your hand, rest on the bottom of any order. I didn't quite see what he revealed, but I'm sure it's going to be good. Augur himself is a 1/3. Aaron found himself a Springleaf Drum. That's going to give him the mana he needs for Master of Ethereum. And Aaron's going to deal 2 and gain 2. 17 to 21. Come on, Dakota, get in there, get in. Why didn't you wait? Why didn't you cast Master of Ethereum? Oh, because you don't have them. You don't have any creatures open. Because you do still have to tap a creature for Springleaf Drum. Alright, so now he's getting in with infect damage. Poison on the blue side, tick tick. And he's going to deal 2 damage. And Aaron's going to gain 2 more. 23. And he's going to opt at the end of turn. Dakota decides to put to the bottom to draw a card. And now we untap. And we draw. Pays 2. Another Augur of Bolas. If they don't got flying or if they don't have reach, not going to do a whole lot because Signal Pest is still getting through. Going to look at the top three here and decide on an instant or sorcery that he wants out of them, if any. Ral's Outburst, I believe, is what got put into his hand. Deals 3 damage to any target. Look at the top 2 cards of your library, put them into your hand. One into your hand, one into the graveyard. So there's the Master of Ethereum finally coming down, and that's going to get countered. And it's an absorb, so Dakota's just going to gain 3 on that. So Aaron stays at 23, gets the absorb, and Aaron's going to attack with a 1 in the air. Life linker, so 18 or 17 to 24 is where we see ourselves now. Cast another Signal Pest. Now things are getting dicey. Come on, Dakota, put a threat. Counters are nice, but yeah, I mean, at this point, you might as well just kill the Vault Scourge with that outburst. Alright, so Dakota gets a spell. Augur Boluses, I mean, you might as well. Get you for 2. Aaron goes down to 20. Did you pay a life for something? Did you not gain your life when you attacked? Ornithopter comes down. Now things are really dicey. You can play that other Master of Ethereum. Hopefully he doesn't have a counter, but don't know. Tapping the Ornithopter because it's sick is what you're supposed to do, you ninny. Master of Ethereum finally... oh. And that's just going to get countered. Counter spell, Scry. Swinging in for 2 in the air. Aaron gains 2 back. Dakota takes 2. Should be at 1 more because he did not gain his life last turn. Dakota needs to kill some stuff. Passes the turn over to Aaron. I mean, yeah, would have gotten blocked by the Ornithopter, but I mean, they're not really doing anything else because everything flies or has evasion of some sort. Aaron's going to tap and fire up into a Blink Moth, or an Ink Moth. 2 Inky Moths. That's going to be 4 Infect when they swing. No, 6 Infect when they swing. So, let's see here. Ornithopter's getting in for 2. Vault Scourge is getting in for 3. So Dakota goes down to 10 life. Aaron's going to gain 3. And Dakota's going to pick up 6 more poison counters. Up to 8, unless he does something here. Oh my goodness, what we got? Oh, what are we doing? What are we doing? You can kill one of those lands. You kill one of those lands. The land. The poison. Burst the poison. I mean, it isn't going to matter. He's going to regenerate whatever you throw it at, so just throw it at something. It doesn't matter what you throw it at. So, alright, so he would not have taken the 3 because regeneration removes it from combat because it stops it. It stops it. It taps him. It removes him. It almost essentially becomes a new creature on the field. So let's see. And looks like Ob Nixilis has come down. Ob is fresh out of the spark. The reignited. No. No. Yep, there he is. Alright, so Aaron's going to pay 2. Oh, and he's taken 3 off the draw. Oh my goodness, so Vault Scourge over another. Oh my goodness, okay. So. Oh, and then he took 2 off. Okay, so yeah. So, 1, 2, 3, 4 more. Dakota down to 7. Not looking good here. I mean, use Ob, kill the Overseer. I mean, there's not a whole lot you got going there. You can't make him draw cards, and he's not gonna. I mean, you got to throw it at something. I mean, it doesn't matter what you throw it at. You're dead this turn without anything else. But you gotta get rid of the Overseer. You gotta get rid of the Vault Scourge. You gotta get rid of those Signal Pests. There's just way too many targets that you have to deal with to have single target removal. But then that's the problem with playing standard in a modern format, that you're not always going to have what you need. And even normally you're not going to have what you need. But there's a Tezzeret. M19 Tezzy. And Tezzeret comes down, the Artifice Master, +1, create a 1/1 Thopter with flying. I mean, he could have, and it looks like he ticked down and killed the Steel Overseer, so that's good. Aaron's going to take 2 off of the draw damage. Not a good Tezzeret for this matchup. Memnite comes down, and there is a cranial plating, and that's gonna be all she wrote. Because the Signal Pests are gonna get in. Let's see here, that's another Signal Pest. Fires up a Blink Moth. You can't. Blocking the Vault Scourge takes 2, 4, 6, and 6, so 12 in the air. Or just from that, then you add the Blink Moth into it. That's another 4. So that's 16 in the air. And it's all coming at you, so. And Dakota goes digging for some kind of an answer, just not gonna find it because he is now tapped out, and the inevitable is happening.
Hi, Bob.
You're leaving?
Yeah.
Bye.
I might see you Thursday.
You won't?
I might.
Oh, okay.
Decided 50-50, but
Okay.
it's draft here again, so I'll probably play Thursday. And
Well, have a good night.
you too.
Bye. I take it you beat Snow?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Swift 2-0.
Swift 2-0. Alright. So that's Dakota losing.
Wah, wah, wah.
Aaron takes it also in 2, so let's see here. Excuse me. Dakota, welcome to the stream 2019. He is now 0-1-0. And Aaron picks up his third win on cam.
Don't know if stream can hear me, but we're doing the golf clap.
Hmm?
So I don't know if stream can hear me, but we're doing the golf clap.
The only thing that I saw that didn't jive well is I believe Aaron played a Vault Scourge and attacked with it the first turn it came down. Ultimately, it didn't matter because Dakota just was not playing any threats, but that is something that needs to be addressed. Let's see here. Everybody's life total goes back up to 20.
So was that game 2? Or?
That was game 2, and the match is over.
All right.
Because Aaron got there, and that means, let's see here, you're in the Brian bracket.
I think it's either Kyle and one other person's currently still playing upstairs.
How is Damien doing?
I do not know.
Huh?
I do not know.
Okay.
He lost last round, I think,
Did
to
he?
Mylene.
Okay.
Okay, so Mylene's against Kyle.
Who did he play? You?
Damien played Mylene, Soul Sisters versus Boggles.
Sisters got there over Boggles?
Yes.
Wow. Powerful. So
Sisters would be the deck to do it.
Hmm?
Sisters would be the deck to do it, I would think.
Sisters ain't bad. Hers is a spicy brew.
I guess you're trying to make it like a gigantic, unstoppable monster, but at the same time, Boggles is just gaining so much life that you could not just
Right.
not care.
Right.
And eventually you just slam down a Sarah, and if it has flying, you have to stay back to block, or you're getting hit
Right.
by 6/6s.
Okay.
So yeah, it's Mylene versus Kyle. That was the
Mylene beat Kyle right now. Kyle beat Aaron in the first round.
So I'm either facing off against Soul Sisters or whatever Kyle's playing.
Derp Shadow.
Oh. I have no idea how my matchup goes against that deck. No clue.
I think I want to see Mylene up. I haven't seen Sisters in a while.
Alright.
And if I put her up, it's more of a chance. Not that I'm saying that she's not going to beat Kyle, but it's more of a chance that we're going to get a match that actually matters instead of two people who split and don't care.
If I go off against Kyle, I'm still gonna ask to play because I want Death Shadow experience.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Like I might still ask to split, but we'll still play a game. I
Right.
hope.
I think I still want to see Mylene though. I haven't seen her in a while. But that's here and there simultaneously. Oh, let's see what we got here.
But yeah, we picked up our third Vivian from Damien, so you don't have to worry about those anymore.
Okay. I think Kyle just lost.
So it would be me against Mylene.
He got Mana Host. Yeah.
All right. I mean, I have to go up.
They're still conversing.
All right. Either way, I'll go up and say hi again.
Okay.
Just came down to say hi. How is you?
I appreciate the come by. Let's see here. I'm trying to see about. I want a new art. I want a new art to look at. All right. Alright, I gotta take a look at this closer. Welcome to Bob Critiques Art, though he has no art background. Part Bold Defense. Today, the glorious randomizer hath shown me Izarith the Awakener. Oh, diggity. Okay. Where's my circle? Boop, 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 boop. All the way up, circle. Boop, boop, boop. Bam. Okay, circle inbound. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, first off, she is a human wizard. So, you know, and I gotta say, you know, grants on Magic for giving us a full-figured broad. Oh god, that was the worst possible way of saying that. But in all seriously, she got herself some booty. She's not all lithe skin and bones, not like Chandra or Liliana or anything like that. No, she got herself some meat on them there bones, even though she works with the dead all the time. And we got this guy back here. He's just like, I'm so happy to be here. And he's just drooling. Because that's not just cracks in the wall, because that's part of the shadow being cast, is the sputum just rolling out of his mouth, and his hands are just like down here. He's like, oh hey, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing with my hands right now. And then he's got a buddy here who's just helping him. He's just rubbing his back, you know. Oh, I get it. This guy's puking. He's like, oh, I don't know where it's coming from. And this, you know, this is good best friend here. He's like rubbing his back while he's throwing up. It's like, it's okay. We can do as long as we want. We'll go back to the party when you're ready. He's like, I'm so sorry. It's like, it's okay. It's all right. Just go rub your back and make you feel better. And Izarith over here is just like, I am done dealing with this. What is that? I mean, it looks like a dagger. It looks like a dagger. But I don't trust that it's just a dagger. So I need to blow up this image. Big air. I need to take a look on it a little bit more, because I want to, and then, you know, I got a problem with these skulls. These are sad skulls. Skulls are not that sad. People don't have like the sad eyebrows on their skull, but both of these skulls are like, I don't want to be dead. Why am I dead? Let's see here. Get down to the eyes. I gotta see what the deal is with that dagger. Cause there's something here. You know, she got a bell in this hand, and it looks like a dagger. Doing some conversions. Come on. Come on. All right. What? What? What is that? What on earth is that? What? It's a... It's a... It looks like a shower head. And of course, that's the blurry part of the picture. That's... Oh. Oh my goodness. I didn't even notice that before. I thought... Okay, I thought this was like a continuation of like the arm robes over here. No. No. Her, wow. You know, I already said that she's a full-figured lady, but why is this hip? This hip has some definition, like right here. It tucks in underneath the booble area, and the hip. You know, you get a little bit of a tuck in, but then over here, who drew this? Who drew this? Jason Rainville. Jason Rainville must have been trained by Rob Liefeld, because you've got like hip definition here. I'm gonna shrink this down a little bit to get more precise. Got some hip definition here, and then you know you got the belly that comes around here, but the belly stays out when it gets a little over half there. It doesn't taper back like this one tapers back to give some definition to the hip there. This one just kind of like stays out there. And but yeah, so we've got the body. Do I gotta bring out the arrows again. Do I have arrows anymore? Arrow, bam, arrows. Okay. That's arrow. I had brought these out for the Sphinx, but I think it's time, because let's see here. I just gotta modify these just a little bit. This nope. There you go. That's pretty good actually. Okay, we're refreshing that. So her chest says I'm walking this way. Get out of here, circle. Just for a moment though. The problem with that is, let's get the settings here. Whoop, no, no. No. Stop. This one. Dadgummit. Okay, this one. Let's see here. There we go. Okay. See, her top is moving that way. And it wouldn't be too much of a problem because I actually gotta copy this one to prove the point here. Because this leg is also expressing that it's moving that way. It's pretty much in the same position. Well, not that one. Not that one. Not this. No. Oh Lord, how do I? It's down. There we go. Alright. That seems good. Okay. So this foot is pointing like it wants to go that way. Her booble area is aimed like it's going the same direction that the foot is leading, but her body is contorted to be pointed this way. Yeah, this is really awkward. And I thought the weirdest thing I was going to say is that she had a bird on her head. But once I blew it up and saw the big picture, that bird is actually just flying behind her or possibly coming into land. Whew. Where did that bird come from anyway? There's no space unless it's a much wider hallway. It might be a wider hallway, but it is kind of tall. I mean, it's just because the bird is flying into the same angle. Oh, I'm going to copy this one too. This bird, copy that. This is a new one. So this bird is moving in at this angle too. So he could be coming to land, but for him to have come, let's see here. Let's get this angle right. Yeah, that's pretty good. Alright, this bird is pretty much swooping in at this angle. So, he's coming from the wall to land on her, and that's not a takeoff position because he's craned as if he's trying to land on her. That's just an awkward position that this bird had to come from. So, and again, his body is swooping down like it's going the same direction as her hips, but her face is also looking at Man, and I thought the worst thing I was going to talk about this is that she got a bird on her head. Not to mention this knife. Now, this might be some cool embalming knife. Oh, what do we got here for an embalming knife? Let's see here. Because there's a nub on the end of that knife, but it's not a hook. It's not a hook, it's a nub. What is an embalming knife? See? Let's see here. Even if it's an embalming, this looks like opening the mouth. What? None of this looks like what she's holding. This is... This is a pretty good layout of, you know, traditional EFG, HIJK. Okay. Here's some embalming knives. Yeah, they have like hooks and like different angles on them. But that's a nub. That is a nub that's just, it's pointed in the wrong direction. And why does she have a bell? I guess, like, you know, it's like, you know, for, you know, a ghoul caller's bell. It could be any number of reasons why she has a bell. I'm not worried about the bell. The bell, it's this knife. Now, let's just get... Look at that knife. It's so awkward. Are you a sharper image? I need a much better image. I think that's as good as I'm gonna get. M19, let's open this up. Cause that's just a nub. M19 Izareth. Okay. Is this one gonna be better? Oh, it's pixelated as get out, but it is a bit sharper, question mark? It looks like a rod. It's not a knife, it's a rod. It looks like a bone. It looks like it's meant to like resemble a bone, but it comes out looking like a replacement hip with a handle attached, or a femur with a handle attached to it. It's, man, that, what does she do? Maybe the answer's in what she do. So Izareth, whenever Izareth the Awakener attacks, you may pay X. When you do, return target creature with CMC X from your graveyard to the battlefield with a corpse counter on it. If that creature would leave the battlefield, exile it instead of putting it anywhere else. It feels like she's embalming, she's entombing, she's like rezzing in some way, but. And not to mention that you got, you know, these guys over here too. You know, I was like, hey, what's up? We're here for the party. And, you know, you already got this guy. He's already puking. It's like, it's okay. You know, it's like little Sarah Jane over here. She's like, blah. She had a little bit too much embalming fluid to drink. And, you know, then she got, you know, her best friend, you know, who's been, you know, friend zoned since 8th grade, you know, Kyle back here. He's like, it's okay, Sarah. I'm here to rub your back. He's like, bleh. And these are entombed creatures. This one looks like he's wearing like a baseball cap. Because we've got a bit of a bill here. Now, you can't say that's like a crack in the brick, and that very well may be. It's just awkward. It's just awkward, and that's what I'm saying. But anyway, yeah, the angles on her are just all out of whack. I really thought that this thing was, I really thought that this was part of her, like, her arm nubbies over here. But no, this is all sash around the waist. It just doesn't curve back. And where it does, it's oh man, this is all sorts of, my God. You know what? I'm going to end this like I end most of these. Jason Rainville, you've got some splaining to do. My goodness. What is with this nubby rod? I am so confused. She has a bell and a nubby rod. No, it might just be a bell dinger. I didn't think about that. It could be a bell ringer. Bell. Bell ringer. Rod. Well, it looks like it looks like it's Jarvis and Mylene. Yeah, it might be like a ceremonial rod to ring the bell. I didn't even think about that. I was discounting the bell so much that I didn't even contemplate that the other item in her hand was for the bell. That's still a weird bird, though. Alright. Jarvis versus Mylene. Mylene playing with her Tassipur, the Golden Paw playmat. Easy to identify. Let's see here. Let's get... Alright, Mylene is on red. And she's playing... Train. Hey, so sister, play Mika. No, it's the other way around. Jarvis is on... Sorry, Jarvis is with Tassipur, the Golden Paw. We are copying and Xing. We'll just get rid of that. Mylene is playing with her, not Estrid. Estrid. Okay, so Jarvis is on Podfire. Mylene is on Sisters. That's I can't think of what her name is. She's the Esper Planeswalker out of M19 or Commander 19 that you know, top of the deck matters. Jarvis starts off with a shock into a Bird of Paradise. And Mylene already had a sister in play, so she's already up to 21. Thank you, Jarvis. It's only going to take her a couple of sisters to make Jarvis fight through them sisters, because 2 sisters means double the infinite life that Jarvis is gonna create with his creatures using the what have you not. The Kiki, the totally not birthing pod, totally not anything but Kiki Jiki pod or Kiki pod or whatever you want to call it. Hideaway gets a Martyr of Sands. Martyr of the Sands is a really good card. Hey. And Jarvis pulls out a Knight of the Reliquary. Knight of the Reliquary is a 2/2 that gets a +1/+1 for each land in your graveyard. And And it looks like Mylene is going to be sacrificing the... oh, she's already up to 3 life. I missed 2 triggers. And she's... oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 15 mana, so up to 38. 38 life off of 1 creature sacrifice trigger, so that seems pretty good. Pay another one to put down a Sarah's Ascendant, because... and another Soul Warden. Or this one's a Soul's Attendant. And passes the turn, so 39 life for Mylene, and Jarvis finds himself in a pickle for the time being. Kitchen Finks, Jarvis is going to go back up to 20. Mylene's going to gain 1 to 40. And Jarvis, after playing Kitchen Finks, passes it back to Mylene, being a little bit more cautious than he normally is. Must not have anything to get him going. There's a Sarah's Ascendant. She's going to gain 2 for that, so puts her up to 43? Did I miss a life? I mean, I'm sure they know better than I do. No. Jarvis cracks a fetch. Activates the, gets a blast zone for 1. He's probably just gonna sacrifice it right away. Just sweep away Mylene's entire board. Blast Zone, new War of the Spark. Fantastic, standard sealed. Don't know how to feel about it, but he needs 1 more, or he has the bird. So you might as well just activate it and clear the board. So Blast Bone, get rid of everything that costs 1. That means everything from his, or Mylene's side of the board. And Knight of the Reliquary is now a 4... 3, 7. 8. 8. So the Knight is a 5/5 3 lands in his graveyard, it sounds like. And now Mylene has to rebuild completely. Oh, it's such a heartbreaker, but Blast Zone is as Blast Zone does. And when you're working with lands, you might as well be able to. Does the Knight let you just fetch out any land? Search library for a land, yes. So you can sacrifice that force and get the Blast Zone, which obviously Jarvis did. That's not Dakota, my goodness. I swear, if my head wasn't super glued to the nub on my neck. And goes attacking again. For another one, so some hierarchs come down. So now, yeah, come on, Mylene, fight back. Taps 3, some spectral procession. Gets 3 spirits. Spectral Procession costs 3 white or 6 colorless in a combination of, and those get attacked and the Spectral Procession just jumps out in front of it, so chumps for days, yo. Jarvis deciding if he wants to do anything post-match. Oh! Gonna put down 2. Yeah, those things. Spirits. Oh my god. Voice of Resurgence. When he dies, you get a token that's an elemental that has power toughness equal to creatures you control, and if you cast a spell during Jarvis's turn, he gets a token that is power toughness equal to the total number of creatures you control. So it is a doozy. Oh, he's come down in price in recent. I got paper on. Yeah. Prince. Yeah. He used to be like a $20-25 dollar card. Now he's under 10, so that seems good. She's come down. Ooh. Angel. Archangel of Thune. Archangel of Thune is a 3/4 lifelink that whenever you gain life, you put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Ranger of Eos comes down. Oh, if only she had a sister in play. But now she's going to be able to get a sister in play and hopefully be able to hold off Jarvis's onslaught long enough to gain a little bit more life. Gets a Martyr of Sands, gets probably an Ascendant and a sister. Or is she going to go for an Ascendant and 2 sisters, or a sister and 2 Ascendants? There's 1 sister. Got to get some sisters down to stop Jarvis from going infinite. Although, he's playing... I don't think this is the deck I think he's playing. This isn't Podfire. I'm almost sure this is not Podfire. But I could be wrong on that, and I usually am. So, goes for an Ascendant and a Sister. That's right, it's only 2. I thought it was 3. The Ranger of Eos. The Ranger of Eos. Swinging in for, with bouncing the Kitchen Finks, so Jarvis is going to gain 2. He's up to 21. And then the Archangel of Thune is indeed a 3/4. They're both 3/4s. But she's going to gain the 3. 1, 2, 3. Mylene back up to 25, and each of her creatures now gets a +1/+1 counter because of big floppy Oprah titties over here. Archangel of Thune is Oprah, not Oprah titties. Archangel of Thune is Oprah because you get a counter, and you get a counter, and you get a counter, and you get a counter. And there's the Soul Warner, so the sister has come down, which is going to be good for the next turn because if she can keep it. Chord of Calling for 8. Jarvis gets Kiki Jiki, the Mirror Baker. Gains 5 billion. If the angel was open, it would have been okay. Yep. Kiki Jiki. He came into play. He made copies of Restoration Angel. Restoration Angel is a 3/4 flyer when it comes to return target card. Blink, a creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield. So they were 3 billion Restoration Angels. That's 9 billion power against the 3 billion health that Mylene had built up in that exchange. Even if she had the angel open, she would have blocked one of it and gained another 3 billion, which is still overkill by 1 billion. So Jarvis takes that one in pod fashion, so pod spectacularness. Yeah. Mylene needed, if she had 2 angels, it would have been a push. If she had, even if she had 2 sisters, you gotta have 3 to negate an angel. So Jarvis is on the angel route. Anyway, Mylene's gonna start the turn or game 2 with a Soul Warden and passes the turn. Jarvis gets a Windswept Heath. And Maya is going to tap and put another Soul or Martyr's Hands down, gains a life. Sacrificing the Martyr's Hands for 3, 6, 9, 12 more life. 33. Mylene has 33 life going into turn number 3. Jarvis gets attacked by a Soul Warden, getting it done, nerds, ho! And he's going to lose another life because of a fetch. So Jarvis to 18, Mylene to 33. Elspeth's Son's Champion, and it looks like 3 sisters. The Blast Zone is what's just... Oh, that got blurry. The Blast Zone is just what's going to wreck my... And Fibblethip comes down. So many War of the Spark cards. I'm so happy to see them. Fibblethip the Lost. He's a 1/1. When he enters the battlefield, you draw a card. If he entered from your graveyard or if your library, you draw 2 cards. When he becomes the target of a spell, shuffle Fibblethip into your library. So another sister comes down. She gained 1 off Fibblethip and 1 off that sister. And now the other gains 2 more because of the Serra's Ascendant. She is up to 37. The Serra's Ascendant is absolutely a 6/6 flyer at this time. And Jarvis doesn't have a lot to go on right now. Mylene just solid. Jarvis has to shock himself down to 16 to get that Stomping Grounds into play. And then plays a Bird of Paradise, Mylene to 39. Neoform, sacrificing Fibblethip. Uh, 41, not 43. $41. So Deputy comes down. Deputy of Detention. It's a 1/3 detention sphere. Exile the Serra's Ascendant. So Jarvis just let her gain 2 additional life for no good reason whatsoever. Lingering Souls, that's going to gain her 6 more life, so up to 49. And 3 spirits. Now it is to be noted that those spirits are not black and white. They are just white spirits because because Spectral Procession puts white spirits into play, and Lingering Souls. Well, Lingering Soul spirits are white too. The only thing that puts black spirits into play before some other things were it was the Call to Grave or whatever it is. So Jarvis has a 2/4 Deputy of Detention out. That if he sacrifices it to a pod activation, she's going to get her Serra's Ascendant back. And I'm not sure if he wants to do that for her or not. And we're getting a Rex Sage, or a E-Wit comes down. Mylene goes to 51 because of the Eternal Witness. And he got back his fetch to get a plane, so he's down to 15. Eternal Witness, return target card from your graveyard to your hand. He had chose his Windswept Heath. And then turn his Windswept Heath into a Plains. He should be down to 15. Mylene not attacking when she has an opportunity. I didn't get the Voice of Resurgence. There is a Noble Hierarch coming down. Mylene up to 55 life now. Jarvis passes the turn back to her. She goes tapping for 3, 4, 5 mana. It's Oprah. Archangel of Thune comes back down. Oh, so many responses, I bet. Alright. Oh, Jarvis is gonna Court of Calling for a 3 mana, and he's gonna go get himself a probably a guy or a Spell Queller. Oh, is it Staticaster? Is it Staticaster is deals 1 damage to target creature and each other creature you control with the same name. So, shooting down the spirits to begin with. So, all right. So, is it Staticaster comes down, gains 2. Angel. So, Is it Staticaster comes down, kills all these spirits before the angel can make her way into play. But everything does have a +2/+2 counter on it now, including the Archangel of Thune, aka Oprah. Oh, Teferi. Boo. Time Raveler to Teferi. -3, return up to 1 target artifact, creature, or enchantment to its owner's hand. Draw a card. Boo. Boo, Teferi. Boo. Reclamation Sage. Mylin's going to gain 2 more life. You may destroy target artifact, creature, or enchantment. So, nothing doing. Recast it, Mylene. Recast it. Just do it. Just drop her. 4, 5. Oprah! Archangel of Thune is on play. So she gained 2 more life, puts her up to 61. Oprah herself is a 5/6, and the sisters are pairs of 5/5s. The Is It Staticaster is still in play, so any further 1/1s that she casts, whether they be spirits or not, he'll be able to respond to the Archangel trigger. Unless she can back up, gain a life in response to that, which would just be devastating for Jarvis. Ticking up to Fairy. Until your next turn, you may cast stuff as sorceries. Okay. Crack again. He should be at 14. Alright. So Jarvis gets a forest. He's feeling pretty confident right now that he got this. Oh, no. That's not a Rex stage. That's the landfall proliferate. Oh, my goodness. Bounce Oprah. Gosh darn it. Resto bouncing the Hierarch. Court of Calling. Go get Kiki Jiki. It's not enough. You need 3 sisters to negate it. You're still losing by 1 billion. Again, you're 1 billion over how much? Because you make 3 billion. She gains 6 billion, but it's 9 billion power. Whew, both times very good, very close. Teferi getting the work done. Changed up quite a bit from the last time we saw the Podfire. It no longer needs to be Simic, although it is Simic in there, but it's definitely taken another twist. So Jarvis gets there into no 3 rounds or no 3 matches at any point tonight. I'm a little sad because of that. So unfortunately, we got 3 really good rounds. I'm glad to see Mylene's deck doing what it does. Terrifying, to say the least. Mylene does pick up a second loss that makes her 1-2 on the year. But don't lose faith. Don't lose hope. You're still doing good. Jarvis, on the other hand, I know you got to be towards the top. Really? Wow, that far down. Okay. 5-1 on the year. Picks up his 5th win. I don't even remember who his loss was, but he is only 1 loss on the year. And Podfire just continues to roll along over and over and over again. So, anyway, 3 rounds in the bank, in the can, one more time. That was fantastic, to say the least. Congratulations on your victory, Jarvis. She needed to have 3 sisters out to negate.
Actually,
Angels.
I actually had to bounce the Thune, because every time the Thune triggers, it would have gotten progressively bigger, and it has lifelink, so if it blocked.
But if she had the Angel or 2 sisters
basically,
or 3 sisters, you had to take care of 2.
I had to draw the fetch. I had to draw the fetch line if I wanted to kill her that turn.
Yeah, you had to keep her under 3 life effects.
Right.
To negate, to get the Angel to go through, but you were able to do that pretty successfully. So, but yeah, that's where we're gonna end. What do you have to say for yourself?
Angels are cool.
Angels are cool. That's right, Jarvis. White is the real power in that deck. Don't ever forget it.
I don't. White's the best color in the deck by a lot.
White is the best color in Magic. I agree. By a lot. I agree with that too.
I guess to be fair, green's the backbone of the deck, but white's where all the power cards are.
White is absolutely the power behind any deck.
I wish I could get away with not playing Blue, but I have to.
You don't have to.
I want to play Neoform, I have to play Blue.
Well, I mean, you can have blue mana, but you don't have to play the other things that go along with it.
I think Dagger's Teferi is also really good. Teferi's really good.
Teferi won you both of those games.
Yes, it did.
Anyway, 3 rounds, 6 matches or 6 games. Everybody on it was another red side domination. We gotta stop this on Tuesdays, yo. Blue's got to really pick it up, Tuesday, red is on a 6-match win streak.
Nice.
It's undefeated on Tuesdays for the last 2 weeks, and I would have to go back another week to find out, and I am just not about that. I am way too lazy. But anyway,
Definitely got 5-1 on the year.
you are 5-1.
Sweet.
You are absolutely 5-1 on the year. Mylene unfortunately picked up her second loss, so she is, I think, 1-2. Yes, 1-2 on the year. But that is not a reflection on her deck's quality whatsoever. Her deck is terrifyingly effective and efficient and just solid.
If I didn't have like the Night of the Relic in game 1, I wouldn't have been able to combo through.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. If you weren't able to fetch out that blast area, oh, you're done.
I really like that.
You are done.
Yeah, land gets to kill creatures.
Congratulations, Jarvis. You found the deck that Blast Zone is going to be good in.
Any deck can play Night of the Relic where I can make that really good.
Right.
Which is a lot of decks.
Any deck that runs white and another color, but that's not important. Anyway, 3 rounds in the bank. Hope you had a good time. I had a blast. I'll be back on Thursday from Titan. Maybe we'll get ourselves some Pathfinder this time.
Recording from the live Pathfinder audience.
Yeah, I miss my live Pathfinder audience. But anyway, I've been Evil Bob, reminding you that however you choose to live your life, I agree, or I approve. I don't agree. I approve.
He agrees, Jack. You heard it here first. He agrees.
Have a good night.
2019.
Have a great evening. And I'll see you back on Thursday.